Lee Anderson.
Thanks, Chair. Bishop, was you alarmed when when Reverend Firth said that the only people he ever saw for baptism, asylum seekers, were at the appeal stage, not before or not after they'd been granted asylum, but strictly for an appeal for asylum? Was that alarming? Was that a red flag?
If that's his experience, then that's his experience, and I don't want to question it. I've not heard that before.
But if you was a vicar, reverend in a local parish church, would that be a red flag for you?
It would ensure that I was applying the process of discernment as wisely as I could. If that was the pattern I was seeing, I would want to be very
Would you
careful.
raise it with your superiors?
I would certainly raise it with colleagues to see if they were noticing a similar pattern, and if necessary, and I felt it was necessary, yes, I could speak to my seniors as well.
Okay, I think the previous witness sort of suggested, and he did in the end, that the Archbishop had turned a blind eye to this. Do you agree with him?
We don't operate that kind of system in the Church of England. The Archbishop doesn't act as a CEO in the Church of England. Every diocese is led by the diocesan bishop together with a leadership team, and we have responsibility for clergy within the fact that they're office holders. So clergy have a certain autonomy and responsibility in their own patches as well. So the Archbishop of Canterbury, even if he wanted to have that kind of responsibility, couldn't within the structures that we have.
And we know the asylum process system is broken in this country. We all know that. Do you think, with what Reverend Firth had to say, that the church is adding to the problem?
As I've said already, we want to be part of the conversation going forward, and if we can help, and if there is data that is presented that suggests that there is a serious problem, then absolutely we want to be part of that conversation.
Okay, final question, Chair, because I want to be brief. You said previously, I think, Bishop, that you, as a church, you want to provide a warm and loving environment for refugees, asylum seekers. Can you tell the committee how many asylum seekers the Church of England actually house in their vicarages and properties around the country?
So I can't talk for the whole country. I can talk for Chelmsford Diocese, where we currently have 11 of our vacancies.
A rough ballpark figure around the country?
I'm really sorry, I just don't have that evidence. I can only speak for Chelmsford Diocese. So I can give you the information about Chelmsford if you want.
Hundreds?
In Chelmsford Diocese?
No, around the country.
I don't know what other dioceses do. We can try and find out if you want it, but I really don't know what the policy is in other dioceses, because this is what I'm trying to say. Every diocese.
And what I'm trying to say is, Bishop, are you practicing what you preach?
Oh,
Excuse
absolutely.
The pun.
Yeah, absolutely. There are many, many examples of churches offering warm welcomes through events, through support, through practical support, through guidance and so on. But in practical terms around housing, I can only speak for Chelmsford Diocese.
Thank you, Chair.